Hey guys, welcome to week number 10, Fantasy Points Optimizer. Hope everybody's been enjoying all the free, pretty much everything that Fantasy Points allowed this week. Cashing Point show was free last night. If you haven't had a chance, I would go check that out on the site. Like I said, it's free for everybody this week. Um, we made some articles free, just trying to get everybody a taste. We do have a big discount for the rest of the season. So just go straight to fantasypoints.com, log in, and then you can create a free account. The data suite, there's some free stats on there without purchasing anything at all that you can kind of like play around with and look at. And then that's only $50. And to say that it's been helpful the last 2, 3 weeks with all the extra data that we have would be an understatement. I've had my two best weeks the last 2 weeks, and close to five, maybe even six figures last week. If Bijan Robinson just didn't, this was just terrible. Um, he did anything at all, it would have been a really good day. But really excited for the rest of the season and stoked to be a part of this. So please come join us. Discord chat, the whole shebang. Anyway, let's get into it. So really like the slate. It's really fun. 10 games. We got a mix and match of everything. We got good stacking options on both sides of the ball. So that's what I really like. So DraftKings 20 lineups. One thing I'm allowing this week actually is two tight ends. We've seen a lot of tight ends get a lot of run, a lot of scores, and the prices have been, pretty low where they're actually allowing you to pay up for some of these studs. Something I've allowed the last couple of weeks, and I've had some success with it. So I'm going to do that a little bit different this week. I'm also not going to mess with all this other stuff here. I'm just going to do the custom stacks and let the optimizer do its thing without trying to limit anything. Let the projections kind of like speak for themselves. But I will share a couple of stacks that I will be using quite a bit this week. All right, we'll go to the first one, and we're going to use Geno Smith. We use DK Metcalf, Logan Thomas, and Jackson Smith. Metcalf has a nut matchup to say the least. They say he's fully healthy, not on an injury report at all. Um, I like him a lot this week, so I will be using him quite a bit. Also, Seattle is not very good against a slot receiver, so I went with Logan Thomas, but you could also use Dodson there. Curtis Samuel is currently questionable. I like him too. He's got a nice cheap price. I'm not going to play Gino with Kenneth Walker or the Commanders defense, obviously. And my second stack, I'm going to use Will Levi's. I've been on him all week when I did my receiver sheet 2 or 3 days ago. Um, Hopkins and Chig really popped for me, and I did a little bit more research. And overall, I know Hopkins is chalky, but I think the stack of Hopkins, Chig, won't be very owned. Chig hasn't done anything, but he is in a really good spot this week, and he's only 3K. And Rashard White's been really good, and Tennessee has not been the the stout run defense that we've seen in years past, the last few weeks. And White catches enough passes to get there. So I think this game actually has some sneaky shootout. And I was actually glad to see the boys on the cashing points last night really liking this game. So that made me happy. Obviously, I'm not going to use the Bucks defense against the Titans here, and I'm not going to use Derrick Henry and Will Levi stacks. Okay. I want to go right into the play settings, and we'll see who's popping for value per usual. And we'll go look at the quarterbacks. Baker Mayfield, Gino, Heineke. There's Will right there. Brock Purdy. Let's go look at the running backs for value. Rashard White, who's in that stack I just made. Najee's playing a little bit better, super cheap price. Not sure of his ceiling though, but he can allow some things to happen. Mixon, no Higgins. He's super chalky. You can see the ownership over here is kind of crazy. Madison, who I actually like quite a bit. I just did a little post in the Discord, talking him up a little bit. No ownership on Connor. I'm kind of curious if there's any limitations on him. I'm definitely interested at only 3%. Kyler Murray's first game back. Maybe they give, you know, they don't hand the reins to Murray, so to speak, let the rust kind of get off and give Connor a few more balls. But then again, Connor's been off too, so it's kind of weird. We got two guys coming off injuries, so kind of a unique circumstance to say the least. And let's go look at the value on the receiver side. Kyle Phillips doesn't have much of a ceiling, a little slot receiver. He was one of my boys in preseason, was playing him quite a bit. Tyler Boyd's popping, obviously, due to Higgins being out, and Trent Irwin. There he is, right there too. Yeah, we'll look at tight ends real quick. Kind of a shorter video today. It's Trey McBride. And that's my boy Chig. Oh, didn't even know he was second value, so that makes me feel good here. Laporta, Hawkinson, um, maybe Murray throws a little bit more to McBride for like a little safety blanket as he gets comfortable in his first game back. And I'm sure that Dallas defense has got to be up here, I'd assume. I mean, the Giants have what, 11-point implied total? Oh, actually, the Chargers do. That's interesting. Huh. I mean, they are 4,400, but they could score. Right? They score 35 points or something when they played them early in the year, something ridiculous. But there's value, so you got to peek at everything here. And so what we'll do, we'll go back and we'll run these lines, and we'll look at see what it pops out for this week. Man, it's crazy how fast the season's going, week 10. But yeah, I feel really good about this week. Super excited. Wow, Joe Burrow is popping everywhere. I would personally not play Burrow and Mixon in the same lineup. That's me. Maybe in a super, super small field, that would be okay. Good Lord, Burrow's everywhere. First six teams. We'll leave Levi's. There's my little stack here. Boyd and Chase. I'm okay with that. If I play Boyd and Chase, I'd probably want a Texan coming back if I was going to go that route. So if they both went off, so if you could like look at this lineup and then play around with it somehow, maybe go down from Cowboys defense and get in Tank Dell instead of Brown, Baltimore, something like that. That's not bad. We go to the end because it was one of the ones that I liked here at the end here. It was this one. It was Team 16. When I did run this a little bit ago. I like this one. I think it's super interesting. Yeah, this is kind of cool. I know it's got Marquise and Logan, but they're so cheap. It doesn't really matter. It's just not like you have to have Murray with them, but you could actually play Murray instead of Gino. Um, I think he fits. But look at Cowboys are just popping. Look at that percentage, 65%. Uh, this one I don't mind either. It's got Mixon, doesn't have Chase. Here's the two tight ends I was talking about. Yeah, that's that stack. Najee, like say he's cheap, he can make stuff happen, right? But yeah, it's kind of short and sweet this week, guys. Kind of went through some of my thoughts for the slate. I'll be sharing more in the Discord tomorrow, before the game start, and I'll be updating all the scores as the games go on. But yeah, looking forward to this weekend, man. I'm actually really excited. It's probably actually one of my favorite slates this year. So good luck to everybody, and good luck on everything else. And if you got any questions, leave a note in the video. Oh, and give a thumbs up, please. Give a thumbs up. It helps. Keeps us free. Keep it free for this rest of this year, and then next year. All right. See you guys.